Oh my gosh, man. Doesn't it feel like it's been a long time since I dropped a podcast? Well, you're in luck. I am back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy, Brian, in the building for another edition and installment of the No News, Just Facts podcast. You know, one of these days I'm actually going to make like a tag. So whenever I do it, it'll be like no news, just facts or something like that. Make a tag for it. So when you know it's on or whatever. But of course, I am joined by my co-host today. The name of this episode is Adulthood. So who better than to do this with than my boy, my ace. Known this nigga for like almost like 10 years, maybe, probably, just about. My homie George.
What's up? Yeah. Adulthood. What better place than to do this? My new apartment.
New apartment, man. Listen. The hardest part about, like, growing up and shit is like moving out of your parents' house. And then not only that, taking responsibility, getting a job, and paying bills. Now I wish back in high school they would have told us like y'all know y'all gonna have to pay bills, right?
Well, yeah, but in high school they don't really teach us the fundamentals.
They don't teach us taxes. They don't teach us none of this shit. School debt, nothing.
Which is why so many people from our generation don't know what the hell they're doing.
I'm telling you, millennials aren't really like exposed to like what all that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like how does it feel to be in a new space like this?
Oh, it feels fucking great.
I know. I see, man. Shit.
I've already been here for a week with my brother, so you know.
Word.
It's been pretty chill, man. The only thing that I had a hard time adjusting to is not having my dog here.
Yeah.
I was telling you that earlier.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, having my pup here. But I'll go see him every now and then. Just so he doesn't go crazy wondering where the hell I've been.
Shit. I remember my first time moving, man. Funny shit is, my mom, I lived with her at the time or whatever, and it was her apartment. She's like, you know what, you're not gonna, like, I guess I had like a cousin who, I'm pretty sure he's still with his parents. He's probably like 30, 32, 33 or something like that. He was living with his family, and my mom was like, nah, that's not gonna be that's not how it's gonna be for you. So I'm gonna move from here, and I'm gonna leave this with you. Just find a job and just pay your bills, and I'm giving you a responsibility pretty much. And I went through that, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. For a while, it was cool, and then reality started to hit, and shit started to suck a little bit because I'm like.
But then again, you also moved in with the wrong people.
No, it wasn't even about like moving in with anybody at first. It was me by myself at first, and my mom was helping me pay my bills. Like, yeah, I was paying the bills and also getting her to help me because that shit sucked. Like, having to like have half of your money for have half of the money for the rent and this and that, and then not having enough money to pay for this and this and this over here. It sucked.
It does suck. Like right now I'm broke as fuck. But it's all about budgeting. And since I just moved in, I think after my first rent hits, like my first actual rent full on blast, I pay that, pay my Wi-Fi and cable bill, and I pay my what's the other bill? The light bill and all that crap. I think once all of that hits, you get the whole month pretty much to yourself to budget out all the money that you do. Like the thing is, just don't buy things that you don't need. Because like other than groceries, because groceries you need to eat and you need to drink water, you need to do all that. So just the thing is, don't overspend either. Find a way, and don't be like too proud also to use coupons, because coupons do help. Like our first mail was like I guess from the city or whatever, and I was like, here, have some coupons. So we saved some Kroger coupons and some other places coupons. I don't remember where else, but like we saved some.
I was too proud for that shit. Because, I mean, I had a select amount of money that I would spend and shit. So I was like, man, I don't really need no coupons. And then I was working at a grocery store, so I already knew what the fuck the specials were. So, you know.
See, and it also helps that I don't really like to go out. I'm more homebody than anything. So I don't go out and spend money like most people do. There's a lot of people that I know that just, I don't know how they spend the money that they don't have. And there's people that don't have a job and they're always out here drinking and partying and shit, and you're just like, how the fuck?
It's called keeping up with the, they used to say keeping up with the Joneses. Now we're keeping up with the Kardashians, my nigga. That's pretty much what it is. You're just trying to keep up in this world of a rat race, you know? Money is a gimmick. Yeah, we gotta pay bills and shit like that, but at the same time, people gotta, attain to their vices, because some people go crazy without that shit. Some people go crazy without beer. Some people go crazy without not being able to spend money on things. Even if what you're saying is true about the whole budgeting thing, people will go crazy if they can't like unhinge their fucking their vices. You know, people go crazy without some of the stuff that make them sane.
Yeah.
You know?
But it sucks too, because they make the excuse also that they can't live without it.
Shit.
You can. You're just choosing not to and not going through the process. Because, yeah, it's going to suck going through the process. But you have to do it.
I mean, bro, shit. That's how you formulate an addiction, right?
Yeah.
You know?
So I secluded myself from drinking. Don't want to be in a AAA meeting.
Shit, man. Let's see what the fuck we got as topics. I don't want to ramble and talk y'all head off with all these life decisions and shit. You know. Let's see what we got. It's been like a slow news week for the past like 2 weeks. Let's just get into the main thing here. All right, I'm gonna just drop a disclaimer. First and foremost, I am not no street cat. I've never been to jail. Don't plan on ever going to jail. Don't ever plan on joining the gang. None of that. One of these days, I'll get somebody who's respectable enough, who's a street cat that I could talk to, that could really make me understand gang culture and the prison culture. But, of course, Tekashi 6ix9ine is in the news, and, of course, he's a rat. Now, what I said on my Instagram and my Facebook is this. Did you hear how I just said that I'm not street. I've never been to street. I may have grown up in the streets at a certain point in my life, but I don't, I'm not about that life or nothing like that. That's how some of y'all need to be, because for every time the internet entertained Tekashi 6ix9ine being like a rat and everything like that, it's a sleuth of people who know nothing about the streets, who know nothing about gang culture or nothing like that, and they talking about, oh, he's a snitch. Like, shut up. Y'all don't even know what that shit is. Y'all don't even know. Some of y'all don't even understand that shit. It's motherfuckers who are in media who make it okay to talk like that. Like, they know shit about rap. Like, come on, man. It's too much real shit out here for you to even be like trying to conversate about some shit you don't know. That's what I do. I give another parallel to some of that shit, but I don't sit here and act like I know what the fuck that shit is. I don't sit here and act like I know about the rap game or about the gang culture or about jail. No, I've never been about that, man. I come from a Nigerian background. I had my mom and my dad in my life. My dad's not here anymore, rest in peace, but they were there and they wanted me to go to school. They didn't want me to be out here doing nothing stupid. So I don't some of y'all are not acting like who y'all are supposed to be acting like. which leads me to go into Tekashi. Y'all knew something was gonna happen to Tekashi. You knew something was gonna happen. Like, on one hand, I'm very sad about the situation with him. I'm sad that he has to go through all of that. And, you know, he has to be labeled a snitch and this and that and the third. And he has a daughter and everything like that. It's so crazy. But on another hand, all those people who was entertaining Tekashi and saying, he's the greatest rapper, or this, that, and the third. Oh, he's the biggest gangster, yada yada yada. He would tell everybody on. He would talk about every rapper and say, tell them to suck his dick. Granted, it was hilarious because, I mean, it was just funny just to hear a rapper, just to hear him say that. But it's still, at the same time, I'm like, something's gonna happen to this guy.
I think the only good thing that came out of all this is all the memes.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's crazy too because like his own people are the ones that did this to him. They planned it ahead.
That was gonna happen.
They all planned it. They knew that what they were doing from the get go, and
no, that was gonna happen. Honestly, bro. That was going to happen.
He was just stupid enough to fall for it.
That was going to happen. You can't expect, like I said, I'm not no street cat. I'm not no person who knows of jail. But as far as I know, like, let's just use the mafia as an example. If an outsider comes in to the family and works within the family and the organization and everything like that, and they don't know the codes and everything like that, they're eventually gonna either get killed or kicked out of the mafia.
Or burned.
So, I mean, that's the same thing with this.
Yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine ain't no street cat. He was just somebody who was a rapper who happened to sign yes for the wrong thing, and voila.
Here we are.
You remember how I said some time ago that God will humble you?
Yeah, I remember.
Hey man, in more ways than one.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, He will humble you. Whether y'all believe in God or not, the universe, God, Buddha, whatever, will humble you. Excuse me.
It always happens, man.
Always happens. Nothing lasts forever. It's always good up until. Everybody wants to be a rapper up until. Everybody wants to be a gangster up until. That's just the way of the world, man. That's just the way of life.
Some people don't understand that, man.
That's just the way of life, man. You can't. You better count your blessings, man, and stay your ass about the way.
Yeah, because then you can end up in a position like Tekashi did.
I'm telling you.
What else you got, bro?
Let me see here. Oh yeah, Antonio Brown. Man, I wish we could stop talking about Antonio Brown, but once again, once again, it's like here we are again, and now he's been released from
the
Patriots, and now what did he say? He said he's not going to play for any team in the NFL. Now I know that's just his emotions trying to take over and shit, but listen, man, I understand you wanted to leave from the Raiders. That's cool. You want to leave from that team, that's fine. I feel like this was orchestrated by an owner. Honestly, the sexual assault stuff, I feel like it was orchestrated by an owner.
Could have been the Pittsburgh owner.
Or it could have been the Raiders owner.
Yeah.
The Raiders owner could have been like really like offended by his antics and said, you know what? Fuck this. We're just gonna pin something on you. And that leads me into something else. Whenever a man gets accused of some shit, the world like looks at him away. When a woman gets accused of sexual assault, of course it's not. Of course it's not the same.
Yeah, it's slapping the wrist.
It's almost a lie. It's almost a joke for a woman to get sexual accusations, sexual misconduct, whatever.
Yeah, because people don't realize that girls do rape guys too. or whatever. But it does happen, and in our society, it's mainly
people be thinking that shit is a joke.
It's a joke, and that guys are the only ones that do it. Because
because
I mean, yeah, like us as guys haven't really helped our own case at times, but it's also females that do it a whole lot, and it's just they do it under the radar because the guy's either not going to snitch or whatever. But like, God forbid, a girl says something, and even then, the guy didn't really do anything. There goes his whole life crumbling down.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. And then like it could be a thing where like the woman drugged the man, and
yeah,
there you go. That's what you call drugged and raped, right?
Yeah,
date rape or whatever they used to call it back in the day. I think Cardi B like said that she used to drug men and shit.
Something like that.
Some along those lines.
She ain't in trouble. Look at Bill Cosby.
Obviously, man, his old ass is sitting in a damn jail cell. Like, I with that shit, I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this shit, but I don't think he did that shit.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he did that shit.
Dude, I feel like now it's like, especially with like, since comedians and actors and everybody, they basically nowadays have a big target on their back.
Oh yeah.
For anything, really.
Oh yeah.
And so with the accusations like that, it's like, it's ridiculous because like they can't really prove that they didn't do it, but they can also not prove that they did do it. You know, like when the Justice League movie was coming out, Ben Affleck got hit up with some bullshit like that, and Ben Affleck's been known to not. He was like the most chillest actor out there. And he came out and said, I apologize for the way that this individual feels, but I know for a fact that I never did anything with her or ever will.
It's just the thought of it. I get what you. That's like, it's like the thought of like somebody, a woman saying that a man like touched her in an inappropriate way. That just, I don't know. That shit is just like triggering. Like, it rises up to level 10,000.
Well, it doesn't help that our society nowadays are all babies.
Fucking, I don't know, man. Those Russian hackers did something, bro. They did something to America. You know?
Yeah, but it's whatever.
Let me see what else we fucking got up here. I haven't really seen the new iPhone. Have you?
I haven't gone to go see it yet because I haven't been wanting to be stuck in a clogged up Apple store.
Yeah, man.
I have a friend of mine that was at one of the Apple stores to go pick up a Apple Watch, I think. No, AirPods. And he was telling me how the line was just wrapping around. He was lucky. He was just like going in, picking up and leaving. But he was telling me like how many people were there. I've seen it like online and stuff, and all the features. The phone's updated all to iOS 13, which is what that feature has on the iPhone. I just know that the new phone has 3 cameras, and it's to widen the picture to make the pixels look better and everything.
Like 2 cameras is enough already. One on the front and one on the back.
I mean, I'm okay with it. If anything, I might end up buying it.
Do you feel like this generation will never like get to understand and appreciate being outside, or what it's like to get on, like, just what it's like to like be outside of your cell phone?
I don't think so.
Like,
because if you look at it nowadays, parents with like a kid that's like 5, they want them to stop fucking around. They give them an iPad. Right. Or they give them their phone. Exactly. Here, go watch something. Yeah. Instead of telling them, no, go play outside. Mm-hmm.
It's not like our era where
we were outside all the time.
Bruh, I used to love to go outside.
Same. I mean, I still do, but like it's too damn hot here.
Yeah, Texas. I mean, like, it just kind of like, I had to like, when I was younger, I used to like almost like fight to go outside. Like, we used to, like, it was almost a thing where we needed to go outside. It's like we wanted eagerly to go outside. They taught us, like, hey, go outside. Why are you always inside? We don't have parents like that, you see? We don't have parents that are like, Hey, what are you doing on your phone? Hey, what are you doing on your iPad? Hey, what are you doing on the computer? Go outside. It's a nice day outside.
Mm-hmm.
Go play.
It's like the role flipped.
Exactly.
Now it's like, no, here, stay inside, have
Yeah.
this.
It's like as soon as house phones went out of style.
Oh God.
As soon as house phones went out of style, AOL and all of that, they just said, you know what? We're just gonna program it to where parents keep their kids inside and let them get fat and this and that and the third. Like, you didn't have to pay us to go outside. Like, as soon as we got done eating like a lot of food and shit, like my mom would say go outside. My aunt and my uncle would be like, go outside. Like,
Yeah, my mom would always tell me, go ride your bike or something.
like, be outside. Like, it's
You remember like when we lived near each other at the complex,
yeah,
we'd always be outside playing football with
exactly.
with them kids.
That shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy how time flies, bro. Oh my god. This generation will never know that. Like, bro, I literally came from the era of no cell phones. Like, there was no cell. There was like cell phones were like, yeah, they were there, but they weren't like as important as they are now.
They're not, and like it's also like with human interaction is becoming extinct.
Very true.
It's one of my coworkers and we were talking, and he was telling me, yeah, dude, it's like, because he's married, he has two kids or three kids, I think.
Mm.
He's older than me, obviously.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, my time, you go somewhere and you meet somebody.
I'm telling you.
Now it's like, it's the swiping game on your phone, or it's
you know,
or it's something, you know, like you have Match, you have Tinder, you have POF, you have, I can name almost all of them because I know a lot of people that have them.
Yeah, man.
And so with that, it's harder for somebody to meet somebody, you know, because then it's the internet as well. So like you have the high probability of meeting somebody, matching with somebody, meeting them in real life, and it turns out you got catfished.
Exactly.
It's a lie, you know.
Yeah.
God forbid if I ever did that and I got catfished, you best believe I'm beating somebody's ass.
No, but shit. It's just, I don't know, man. That shit is gonna continue to get worse, you know. Just like how, like, whenever you hear about like a shooting, school shooting, whatever, it's just like you have no time. Like, you have no time to react to that shooting because there's going to be another shooting after that in the same damn day or the same damn week, same damn hour. It's like you're programming me to not give a shit,
right,
about like stuff like that.
And even then, now they're doing these drills.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Have you seen that I don't know if it's a commercial or whatever about like the kids?
Oh, it's the commercial. Yeah, that's Sandy Hook.
Like, bro, that shit
hit hard.
I ain't gonna
bro.
lie, that scared the fuck out of me. That shit scared the fuck out of me.
The girl that was in the bathroom at the end, she was texting her mom, I love you. Oh man, that hit hard, bro. Like, I don't have kids, but still, like, damn, dude.
Bro, the shit that killed me, it's either the part where the kid is running, he's talking about his shoes and he's running through the hallway.
Yeah,
it's that part. It's the part where the girl takes the sock off and she's like,
she's tying her friend's leg.
Man, I was like, what the fuck? And then there was another one. I can't remember what it was. But behind her, the teacher was like locking the door and they were like getting under the desk and shit. I'm like, man, what the hell?
Yeah, bros. I'm surprised that they released something like that because they got some balls for that.
Man.
But no, I was like, I'm sure you've seen the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix.
Yeah, I seen
it. He talks about the protocol that they're taking, that they're teaching the kids just in case the school shooter comes. Mm-hmm. But he made a point. It's bullshit because who like at the end of the day, who is the school shooter? Yeah. One of the students.
Shit, the school shooter could be the teacher.
Right. So you're still ending up teaching them how to do a protocol for that is pointless because you're still teaching the guy that could or a girl who can potentially be the shooter. Yeah. You know, so there's no point to it. You're wasting your time and effort for it. Because he's going to be learning, okay, so they're going to meet here. Oh, yeah. So they're going to go there.
Oh, they gonna get under their desk when I you know.
when I come in with my gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's a pointless thing to have. It's mainly like, and on top of that, you're teaching children to be scared to go to school.
You know what? Sometimes I feel like that's the point. They want you to be like the government wants you to be scared, so they can put what they want to put in place, or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Not that I think that they're gonna like change any type of like gun laws, because that shit'll never really change.
Well, the thing with gun laws is like, okay, here in America we tend to overreact. You hear, okay, we're gonna have stricter gun laws. What's the first thought that a white person has?
Ain't nobody taking my fucking gun.
Exactly. Ain't nobody taking my gun. No. Universal background checks is the main purpose of that. You need more background checks.
Fuck
to
background
deny
checks, bro. They need to squeeze tighter on this fucking mental health.
Well, that's what the background checks are for.
Disability test, bro.
Because I know, like, there's a state here that denied somebody a gun because they weren't with the mental capacity to have one.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have to crack down on people selling illegal guns.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of worrying of building a goddamn wall on the fucking border, focus on the guns that are being sold that are not being sold by gun law-abiding citizens that can sell guns to somebody. Because somebody could just pick up a gun and be like, okay, I bought it from this guy. I didn't buy it from like a gun shop or something like that. And with like going into a gun shop, you need to be able to, as the owner, look at the person and be like, and just do the checks, everything, see if you find any red flags. Because you never know, you could be providing the next school shooter or the next movie theater shooter with a gun, and then
the next apartment shooter,
or anything.
Next, you know, shit is crazy, man.
But no, they're not here to take your guns. That's the thing. Like, I know one of the Democratic candidates, Beto O'Rourke, said that the people better. But I told him, I talked to a lot of people about it too, and I was like, look, the only reason he said that is because he was losing polls. He only said that so he can get the attention back on him. He doesn't really mean it. He's not going to go door to door try to take your guns.
Exactly. He's from
Texas. I was like, just look at our fucking president. He says dumb shit all the time, just to get attention to himself.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is what he's doing. You just don't like it because he's not a Republican. But you accept the fact that Donald Trump is out here saying the stupidest shit in the world and getting attention for it and getting praise for it. So people are very hypocritical, especially the Republicans.
Yeah.
I fall in the middle of the spectrum, so I don't really care.
Shit, man. Let's see here. What else we got? Man, listen. Let me see here. Couple minutes here. I'm not really an avid watcher of the Emmys or anything like that. I personally think it's like a white award show with black people added. This is what I think. White award show with black people added. It's just like the Oscars. I can't watch the Oscars either because I'm just so bored with it. I'm like,
I think the Oscars throughout the years has changed a little bit.
Sure. I mean,
I watched it last year and it was actually pretty good.
To be honest, that's just because they got called out.
Oh yeah,
it's because they got called out. So they were like, okay, we have to do something now. You know. So I mean, I guess that's going on tonight. I'm not really watching it, but
I think the one show. Okay, I've never really honestly watched the Emmys because it's like TV shows. I barely watch TV.
Yeah.
I think that one that I really lost my interest in was the VMAs.
The VMAs? I don't even know why the VMAs are even still fucking around, bro. They don't play videos on MTV no more. And if they do, it's in like the morning when nobody's watching MTV.
Because the VMAs used to be really good.
Yeah.
I think it was the year that Miley Cyrus was hosting it that it crumbled down.
Yeah, of course.
Not that it has to do anything with Miley Cyrus, but like it's just in general, like that whole show was terrible. The only good thing that came out of that show was NSYNC, and that's it.
Listen, I think, like, this is just back on life stuff, I guess. You're going to come into a point in your life where shit feels confusing. You're in doubt about stuff. Like, you don't know what's going on. You can't, your job is trash, and you can't find another job. Listen, don't lose your dream. Don't lose your hope. Because,
I've always been
like,
I get what you're saying,
like,
but you know that from you've known me for years now, and you've known me for my bad anxiety and my bad depression, because I've had my set of bad times. Well, it's like I say it to everybody: bad times don't last. Always keep your head up and never give up. And I know I sound very cliche, and I know I sound very John Cena when I say never give up, but I genuinely mean never give up. Like, I tell a lot of people, I have a lot of people that suffer from a lot of depression, and
sometimes there are people that don't even know they have depression.
James didn't know I had it for the longest time because I know how to hide it. Shit. I'm always smiling. I'm always cracking jokes.
That's me too. I don't really conceal my, like.
Because it'd be like, it's like Robin Williams. You would have never
never
guessed,
know that he was fucking depressed at all
until, like, he took his life. Unfortunately, rest in peace. But, like, it's like you've talked to me before about, like, shit that you got going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm probably like the only one that understands maybe. And I'm always trying to give you, like, the positive outlook on life and trying to give you, like, that push that you need. Because right now you're pushing to, like, get a new job and pushing to move out and be on your own again. And I keep trying to tell you to come down to this area because
I know
because area is booming now.
I know.
And the complex that I live in now, and I told you how much rent is.
Yeah.
It's affordable,
Of course.
So I'm trying to plant the seeds in your head so that way you understand.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
I know.
It's you and my other homeboy, man. Like I told you before, he was telling me, he's like, hey, man, you got a degree. Listen, all you need is X, Y, Z, boom, boom, boom. This is what you need to do. Go ahead and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need it. That's another thing. You need to surround yourself with people who can motivate you. People who want to see you win just like you want to see them win.
Yeah, you have to surround yourself with people who want to succeed.
Exactly. Not motherfuckers who want to stay in the same box, who want to doubt you and say, oh, you'll never be shit. This, that, and the third,
Yeah, because I have a friend of mine who, she was going through some stuff, and she was kind of like you. She hated her job.
Yeah.
And I told her, and she's like, she was looking for a new job, and she found one, and it was in the same field that she works in, but it was like better, and they made her an offer, and she's looking forward to, like, the new positive outlook in her life. And I told her, I was like, look, just hold on, keep fighting, and you'll get what you want. You're gonna get blessed soon. Just because you're going through a hard time doesn't mean you're gonna be stuck there.
Yeah.
You have to always look into the horizon because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Word. Shit. Sometimes it's hard though, man. Like, that shit. I don't know, man. I can definitely say that shit is hard sometimes. Because it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but some people would be like, well, you don't know my situation because you're not living my situation. But shit, I could tell you that shit. In some form or fashion, they may not be living your situation, but they will be living your situation. There will come a time where somebody who is making a lot of money or somebody who's at a job that's like paying them really well will probably get fired, or the company will lay them off, or the company will close, or whatever, what have you. And that is what, like I said before, like I said in another podcast, that is, what is it? God humbling you. Telling you, hey, listen, I blessed you to be right here at this job, but this ain't going to be the job that you keep forever. This ain't going to be the job that you keep forever. Or this isn't going to be what you're doing forever. Not, as far as, like, not just job, but hobby or whatever. You're not gonna be doing this forever.
Because like with me, with my job, I got blessed with getting that job, you know?
Yeah.
And I plan on staying there for a long time. That's my thing, my goal. My goal is to make it to corporate.
Right.
Because like that's the goal I have set up for myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like whenever there's like time, as time progresses, like let's say you're in a different area in your life and job's not looking so good, like if you're somewhere else, right? You got to start planning ahead so that way you don't get stuck somewhere and start feeling like you're stuck, because nobody's ever truly stuck. You have to pull yourself out.
Right. Yeah, man. Shit. Let's see what else I got up here before I close it up, man. Let me see. I guess this is a good way to end it. So here in Houston, today's Sunday, there was like I didn't even understand it at first, but there was the Indian Prime Minister came to Houston to speak. Now, why he came to Houston to speak, I have no idea why. I guess maybe because Houston has a vast population of Indians in it, which it does. Same thing with Korean Asian, the Korean Asian Vietnamese community. Same thing with the African community. Houston, at the end of the day, is like a melting pot. There's so many like different cultures and things to celebrate about this little, I guess, this little city that we have here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the Indian Prime Minister came, and at first I didn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. I'm like, why is this so many? The thing said, like, on the news, it said, like, close to, like, 50,000 people in NRG were going to be in NRG Stadium to see this guy. I'm like, damn, what is so special about this dude? And then there were, like, protesters outside, and there's a guy at my job who's, like, Indian, or I believe he's Pakistani or from Afghanistan or something like that. And he was explaining to me that, like, this guy is the Prime Minister of India, and he's pretty much like an Indian Donald Trump. So what he did was, India has been going through this genocide with like Pakistan versus like I believe Afghanistan. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like they've been fighting over like a certain land or a certain property or a certain area for like decades, since like 1960. And the Prime Minister of India, who's currently there, he pretty much went in and said, hey, y'all fighting over who gets it, but it's for me. I'm going to do what I want to do with it. And it's just kind of like, he said that like white supremacists support him because he basically has the same ideologies as Donald Trump. And I'm like, God damn.
Dude,
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
I really thought Trump supporters were just racist. Nah, they not racist. They just believe in dictatorship.
Which is stupid.
Like, I'm like, what the hell? It doesn't even make any damn sense. Like, and then I remember that my mom was telling me about like the current Nigerian president is the same way, and he supports Trump. I'm like, dog, what the hell?
It's mainly dictators that do, honestly.
I'm like, bro, America is like the laughing stock of the UN because of this man, and there are people from there are like presidents and stuff from other countries that actually support this guy. I'm like, what is going on here?
It just shows you that
we're
still the youngest nation because we're still yet to grow how we're supposed to grow.
Yeah. I just think that's wild, though. 50,000 people. And then they had protesters outside. It was like a gigantic amount of protesters. I'm like, golly. And then Donald Trump is supposed to be coming to the same event, too.
I'm surprised at him how many Houston he ain't got shot yet.
I'm surprised in any capacity he hasn't been, like, really threatened. It's just like he does what he wanted. Like, this, like, I've never seen a president just do what he wants to do and say what he wants to say.
Right.
It's just so crazy. I always used to think Bush was like the worst president ever until I saw this guy. Until I saw that like you could be a celebrity and get in the White House. That's so crazy, man.
Well, Reagan was our other celebrity. He started it.
I mean, but to be honest, while Reagan was a celebrity, I mean, you couldn't like all the way just off the rip tell that Reagan was a celebrity unless you go back and read his history.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
I mean, other than that, you wouldn't even known that Reagan was a celebrity.
No.
You would have just marked him like that's different. Donald Trump is Donald Trump. He don't change up whether he's in the White House or not. Yeah. He's still the same person. He don't give a fuck.
He's selfish. He doesn't give
Like, he doesn't give a shit. Ronald Reagan at least could clean up from that image of him being a movie star.
Because he actually ran some good laws into play.
This motherfucker here, bro. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say Reagan was a saint or anything like that because he did do some fucked up shit with the Contra and putting drugs in the black neighborhoods and shit. But yeah, he comparing Reagan to Trump. Oh yeah, this Trump guy is just he's just, I don't know, man.
He's something else.
Something else. I could never really find time not to talk about him for some reason. I don't know why. But hey, y'all, man, listen. That's the end of the episode. This should be up in the next maybe 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. I'm going to put it on my Instagram, my Facebook, whatever, Snapchat. Just make sure you listen to it. See if you could grasp some type of message from it. I'm trying to throw some positive energy in there for y'all, you know. Those who may be struggling with this, that, and the third, don't worry. It'll change. Nothing is forever.
Exactly.
Live your life.
You'll be okay, trust.
You won't be suffering forever in adulthood.
Just have faith that everything will become better for you.
You know? And with that, we out.
Peace.
Peace.